Hey, welcome back. It is 22 minutes after 6. We're glad you could join us today. Well, you know, our news team gets involved in a lot of stories, but it's rare that a story is about one of us.
Right, and we're talking about Mary this time. She did a health story recently to get a mammogram done just to show how easy it is and that more women should get screened. Well, that story helped doctors find something that turned out to be a lot more serious.
My name is Susan. I'm going to do your mammogram this morning.
When she got screened, everything seemed okay.
The way I look at it, a few seconds of discomfort and a little pain could save my life. I'm all right with that. We shot the whole story, and they took a second look at one little area, and I've had dense tissue looked at a second time before. And I thought, okay, no big deal. And then they said, well, you have to come back in for an ultrasound. And it was in the middle of volleyball season. I was helping coach my daughter's team and all this stuff, and I was busy, and I thought, oh, it's just another one of those dense spots, fibrous, no big deal. Well, then I get a phone call saying, hey, we really need you to come back in. And then I got another phone call saying, hey, we really need you to come back in, and we have this day free. You're coming in. When are you coming in? And the biopsy results came in the next day, and he told me that it was malignant, that it is cancer.
Mary has an infiltrating ductal carcinoma, which is the most common type of invasive breast cancer.
Then they caught it early.
They did. They said it wouldn't have shown up a year before on a mammogram.
I was just flabbergasted. Flabbergasted because, you know, it's Mary, and knowing Mary for as long as I have and working together, you never want to hear that news.
I'm not as scared about cancer itself. Cancer sucks, but it's not a death sentence. And you have to see it that way. Anything scary is the unknown. Even the surgery was scary. It's a lumpectomy.
We were there when they checked her lymph nodes, and they checked her lymph nodes because they wanted to see if any cancer cells had gone into her body and if there was any chance that the cancer had spread. And we were there when he came in and said that it was negative. I think it's good that she's letting people into her life as she goes through this battle.
So it's just, okay, this is what's happening, this is what we have to do, and this is what we do to fix it. And that's what we're doing. I really do feel like I'm going to kick its butt.
And we're sure you will.
Yeah, I'm back.
So how big was the tumor?
It was the size of my baby fingernail. But they have to get an area that comes with a clean border in the surgery, so they ended up taking I saw the surgery video yesterday for the first time, and it was pretty cool to see how, I mean, the incisions and everything and how they did it, because I wasn't really awake. And it was about the size, my son said, about the size of a chicken nugget. So
a chicken nugget.
And it was outpatient surgery, too.
It was outpatient, yeah. And I was home the next day, and I was going to travel up to Seattle for Christmas. It was right before Christmas. And I could have flown the next day. It was not that bad. I didn't have drains or anything because they only took 2 lymph nodes. And I know for some women they take a lot and have to test them all. But mine were clean, and that's good news.
But this is invasive, so you still have some stuff.
There's a chance some cancer cells got into my bloodstream. So we'll do chemo and radiation. I don't know exactly yet because I meet with the doctors this Friday and Monday, to find out what the plan is. Yeah. Because they mix a chemical to poison that specific cancer cell. They dissect the tumor and do a pathology on it, and they make the perfect chemical that will kill every cancer cell, hopefully.
And it all started just going to do a story about mammograms.
Yeah, and I was thinking, oh, I'll get a mammogram, blah, blah, blah. We say it all the time. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Go get your mammogram. And then it's like, oh, this is why.
But even when they called you to go back, I remember the conversation. Like, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's just no big deal. And
dense
I think
tissue, no big deal. Yeah.
But they forced you to go in.
Yeah, they could tell.
Yeah,
they could tell.
Right.
And it's like, no, we need you to come back in, and I did. And it was just a few weeks later, and they said that didn't make a difference in the growth of the tumor. It's not a fast growing, but it was already invasive.
Well, we're behind you. So many people are commenting behind you as well.
Well, and I know we've done so many stories and interviews with people who've been through this. So I have a lot of people.
You're a health reporter too, so you kind of know what's going on here.
Yeah.
And that's one side of it. The other side of it is you personally and your family. How are you guys handling it?
We're doing okay. I think my kids are like me, and my husband is too. He's worried about me. Like if I cough, he thinks I'm sick, and I'm not sick, really. I don't feel sick. I feel fine. Yeah. But it's scary what chemo will do. And I told the kids, the doctor says we cut it early. It's 100% curable. It's all those steps in between that are going to suck. It's gonna. We don't know what's happening, you know,
Yeah.
with chemo and stuff. It's going to be hard.
But you got to do it.
But we'll get there.
And it's
Yeah.
very curable.
Yep.
Right.
So. All right, we have a
and
lot
I have
more.
a blog. I have to tell you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to
right.
put a blog. I
Yes.
haven't posted it yet, but we'll put a blog on the website and on Facebook. So so we don't have to do stories and talk about it on the air. We'll keep it on.
But if you ever need to talk about it,
Okay.
we're here.
We will. We'll
Right.
track some
That's
of the
what it's
progress.
all about.
Right.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.